Hey everyone, today we are excited to have Rishab with us. He's not just been a successful equity analyst, but also dedicate his time to guiding student into this field. Rishab has wealth of experience and knowledge, and we are thrilled to hear his journey. So, welcome Rishab.
Hi, Sanidhya. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And Rishab, can you share a bit more about your journey and how you get started into equity analysis?
Okay, fine. So I'll give you a background of mine. I started as a BCom graduate. So I graduated, and then after that, the main aim was to get into equity research. So I will say equity research is not a field. It is not related to any of the education, whether you're from science, arts, or commerce. The main part is becoming being enthusiast. If you are enthusiast enough, passionate enough about equity, you land up a job. Okay, the salary might be an issue at the start, but overall, if you like a job, you actually can make money out of stock market rather than getting a normal and investment banking job. So my thought process when I grew up, I since I am from Mumbai, so we used to see around, people are talking about stocks. But whenever I used to ask my parents, stock market, so they used to like, no, no, this is a gamble. You should not invest in market. Typical middle class part that stock market shouldn't. It is a gamble. Study hard, get an MBA, and get a job, get a good job. Even I did the same thing. Did my BCom, did MBA, and got a job. So obviously, nowadays I was a normal student. I wasn't from IIMs. I wasn't from an Ivy League college. But a sales job as usual. The trend goes on in finance. It was a wealth manager job. I would not say it was a sales job. The tag was wealth manager, but when you go there, you actually don't manage well. People will not allow a fresher to manage their wealth. So obviously, it was like selling them products. But the main thing was I was into stock market at that time. I was a relationship manager where my role was to sell stock market. Sorry, stocks to the people. Stock selling to generate brokerage. Sir, buy this, buy that. It will go up, go down, sell it, borrow. Then slowly started with mutual fund, selling mutual funds. Then I figured out this is not what I want in my life. I need to do something on my own. I need to go into research because what happens at that when I was in the office, some analysts used to tell me, Rishabh, buy this stock. I was like, why should I listen to you? Why cannot I have
Yeah.
my own opinions about buying a stock? When I used to come home, yeah, my parents were like, okay, Rishabh, you work in stock market. Okay, give me some tips. And I was like, okay, I don't know what to give. When someone has told me, that is why I'm telling you. I don't know whether it will go up or go down. Someone has told me, you have that criteria. इसने मुझे बोला था, you get a tip.
Yeah.
It's a tip and it will go up, it will go up, it will go down. So such kind of things. So I used to feel that even after working as a relationship manager, why I'm not able to give it. But then I realized, okay, you require more knowledge than your MBA. It's not just MBA that helps you. MBA is just an entry into it. Or maybe if someone asks you, do you know finance? So how you will prove that you know finance? Okay, I'm an MBA. But then I realized, okay, CFA is also one that is important to do. But then I started studying. Actually, I will say my studies started after 21 years of age, 23 rather. After MBA, I thought, in middle of the MBA rather, I will say that what to study. MBA finance wasn't the one. It was just a degree to have a postgraduate degree. You should be a postgraduate to work in investment banker. That was the only use of that degree. Then I started looking out for, someone came and told me, okay, CFA is something that investment bankers do need. And it is much more, if you say that you are a finance graduate, you should be a CFA. So in MBA, like I was in third sem, and that time I started studying for CFA level one. And I feel badly in the first part when I get because every time it was like become graduate, we don't study a lot. Become I was
Yeah.
into sports at that time, so BCom guys never study. Engineers do study a lot. They are the one. My friend was an engineer. He cleared the level one, and I failed. I was like, like, how can you clear? He was very good at maths. He was very good at analytical skills. Okay, accounting or finance, he learned. He spent more time. I might be not in that zone of studying. And then I failed. I got a job, MBA after I got a job, and then again I left my job in 6 months. In less than 6 months, I must have left my 6 lakhs rupees, 6 lakhs per annum job. So at 10 years back, 6 lakhs was still considered to be a good job. I will not say a very very good job, but still, from a middle class family, 6 lakhs was said to be a very good job. So my parents went mad at me when I left the job. Like, Rishabh, are you crazy? People don't get jobs. You are getting a job and you are living at 6 lakhs. No one pays you 50,000 per month. I was like, but mom, I know that, what I'm doing there. I'm just selling stuff, and that is not what I want. I wanted to make 5 lakhs a month. I was not interested in making 50,000. So the curiosity, how to make, how people are making. You hear the name of Warren Buffett, you name the year of, you name about Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, or maybe there are many people in the market who have made a lot of millions, billions rather in stock market. Then what are you doing? Okay, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala was a CA. Warren Buffett was, then San Columbia's graduate. Every CA is not Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. Every San Columbia University graduate is not Warren Buffett. So degrees doesn't matter. What matters is curiosity.
Definitely, and
So the
yours.
curiosity started. First, it started with CFA, because if I want to be a research analyst, you need to prove that you are good at it. So I studied for level one. I cleared it. Second attempt, I cleared it. And then again, then also people are like, no, we will not give you a job. You don't have any experience. I said, अरे इतना पढ़ लिया, MBA कर लिया, अभी CFA कर लिया. You are saying you require experience. My friend same, he was a CA. He was a CA and CFA level one. Was like, he also was asked, where is your experience? तो मतलब अभी क्या CA करूँ अभी? After 20, should I do a CA now? That to at least get at his level. But like Rishabh, I am also rejected. People are rejecting me. So I and my friend, both we started as an intern. After having MBA, I was MBA, he was CA. CFA level 2, he cleared level 2 as well. I was only level 1 cleared. And then I got an internship, that too free. I went there. If you from Mumbai, if you know, I used to travel 40 kilometers. So people can Mumbai relate that traveling 40 kilometers in Mumbai is huge task. Other cities is fine, but traveling every day 40 kilometers was I must be taking around 2.5 hours to reach the office, free of cost, working free of cost, plus spending so much of amount of traveling. I might be spending 5,000 to reach there every month. It was like that. Bus, rickshaw, your autos, I will say, then your again metro, all the mode of transport I was using to reach there. So so after that, working for 3 months, 4 months, what I realized is, okay, this experience mattered a lot. I was working under a fund manager. He had a fund. Uh, so he hired me. He also hired me. Why? Because I was good at interpreting financial statements. Because when I was doing CFA, I was also reading some annual reports, and whatever things was written in CFA has to apply, ratios basically. So just take a balance sheet and calculate the ratios, basic stuff. Any annual report you take, random annual report has to take. And fortunately, in the interview, he asked me the same thing. Rishab, I give you a balance sheet, find ratios. So that was very quick for me then, because I was practicing it. Um, and even after having, I will say there were two people at three interns at that time. Out of that, one was rejected, two was rejected, and I was the one who was selected. I said, "Hello, intern free में काम करने को भी competition है." There is a competition to work even for free. This is like crazy stuff that I found, 10 years back, maybe 10, 12 years back. It was time of 2014, 15. So I was shocked to see that, that to get an internship also there is a competition. Okay, then I started my journey. In 3 months I was working with him, and straight away I applied for a job. Then they required 3 years of experience. I just applied. I said, okay, fine, let's see, let us apply. So what I did is, in my CV, rather than writing about sales, my MBA, or maybe about my education, if you see nowadays, what I see in the CVs is the starting of the CV is your MBA, your 12th standard, 10th standard marks and all. I said, what should I do with their 10th standard mark? Even if you get 100%, you're the topper of the batch. What should I do with it? And obviously, everyone is not a topper. If you're a topper, okay, write it that I was a topper of state topper. You are not a state topper. You are just a 90% guy. Everyone gets nowadays 90%, 95%. 10, 12th, TY, and your degree, and then your MBA marks. So what should I do with it? I was not a topper in any of them. Not even in school. Forget about state, not even in school or college. Not even in my class. A basic, a middle, I will say, average student. But then I realized that, this is not will help me get a job. What will help me? The internship experience. So entire my CV was based on the internship. I did financial model. I read annual report. I analyzed the company. Analyzed the sector. My entire half page of my CV was written with just that free of internship, free internship. Oh, and then at the end, I should just write a single line in my resume that I'm an MBA. I'm a CFA level one. That's it. Not even 10, 10, 12. Obviously, if you're an MBA, means you must have graduated. BCom I have to write just to understand, that you have graduated, which stream you have graduated. This was just one line of my CV. And people write in your CV, interest. I like reading book. I write. Sorry, I like watching movies. I'm a binge watcher. I'm a sport. I like sport. I like playing cricket, badminton. I have won tournaments in cricket. Achievements, you say, na? You have achieved. I will say something like uh, inter college tournament or something like that. See, when I ask the student now, no, that why you write this thing, sir, it shows my leadership skills. I was a captain in my cricket team, whatever. I said, even I am a captain in my local cricket team when I play in my backyard. If you have captain a state team, then that's a different thing.
Yeah.
And you have won tournaments with that. Then you say, yeah, it's your leadership skill. Playing in college, playing in your gully, you say you are a graduate, you are a team leader or maybe leadership skill. That doesn't count. So that I realized, I changed my CV in such a way that looking at the CV, equity, so it's all related to equity. So in my CV, I will say first thing was about the internship, what I do in the internship, and then my interest or maybe my hobbies, reading books and reading financial books. Though it was not my hobby, but then I started reading books just to get into the research part. Reading books, so which books, how Warren Buffett, the way Warren Buffett invests, or what is a buy side, sell side. I should write everything about the book, analyzing of the book, a short book review that what I read in the books. Because as a fresher, you cannot write anything, and there's nothing to write in your CV. So what I make sure that I write everything about financial or maybe the stock market. And then I got a call from a company named Arian Capital. So they required 3 years of experience. And I was shocked to see that they replied me back, Rishab, can you come for an interview? I said, but madam, you have mentioned about 3 years, 3 to 5 years of experience. He said, it is fine, but I saw your CV interesting. Let's have my director saw your CV interesting. Come to the office, let's have a chat on it. I said, okay, fine. So I still remember it was like Thursday evening, sorry, mid Thursday I went. I told my that boss, internship boss, that I cannot come today. So Thursday I was called for interview, and okay, the interview went well. What she asked? She was not interested in my education. Rishabh, which stocks do you cover? The internship, which stocks do you cover? What have you found out and why? So I gave him a three stocks and one stock. Why did you like the stock? And she was impressed with my answer. She was a director level. It was directly face to face interview. She was impressed with my I will say impressed with my answer, what I gave. Then the interview just started as open interview. She was just asking me, Rishabh, what you do, which stock else have you covered, what is your boss looking at, what is your manager looking at, whatever, what we do over here. We have analysts. So she called one more analyst, and we were just chit chatting in the interview. Students nowadays tell me that, sir, what to learn in interview, what should I learn before going for interview and all. I said, Arey, it is you don't have to learn anything before the interview. Students now, as you know that I am teaching for MBA, I'm a visiting faculty for MBA colleges. People come and tell me, students come and tell me, sir, kal interview hai, what should I learn? I said, hey, what will they ask? Finance is such a big thing. How would I know what they will ask? They can ask you anything. You cannot do, one day before the interview, you can sit and study everything. It should be a continuous process. That continuous process is very important while going for interviews. This is what I see. There's a lag in the student nowadays. MBA student, they are not continuously upgrading. Just about starting learning. I mean, giving exams, clearing papers, and now they are like, I want to get into research. So it was a struggle for me to get into research. Interview, when I started giving interviews, it just started as an open interview. She liked it. It was Thursday. I said, Friday, she said, Rishabh, can you join from tomorrow? I said, I cannot join. I have to, tell them because I cannot leave the internship as it. Though it's an internship, it's a free of cost, but still there is some ethics to be followed.
Yeah.
Okay, so when can you join? Okay, I will go them. At least give me a day. Okay, okay, can you join from Monday? I said, okay, fine. I will let you know in just a few days. Okay, I went home. I told that, Friday, that, sir, this will be my last day. And Monday I was into boom, I was into the research field. The salary was half that I was getting in my sales job. I was getting 6 lakhs. Here they gave me 3 lakhs. Not even three. I still remember it was 20,000 per month. But how much is it? 2 lakh 40? 2 lakh 40. And I was like, "Arey, forget about the salary, just give me a job." And why did they? She gave some reason of giving, 2 lakh 20. I didn't even ask her what is the reason. I said, just give me an entry into research. I can make my way up. And I thought I can easily scale up. In 6 months, it was double. 6 months, I reached 40. Okay, though it was very low still, 40 was very low. But 6 months, after 6 months, so 1 year I was under 40,000. And then the next year it became 80,000. And it just scaled up. Just scaled up. People say that, okay, I don't want to get in. Students say rather, it is a very risky job. 20, who will work for 20,000? Nowadays, I tell sir, sir, nahi, I have a loan to pay, etc. etc. I said, in 20,000, my expenses were done. I was fine to get 20,000. And 3, 4 months, I have done an internship. It might have taken me 6 months also, but it was luckily I got a break. But this is how you create opportunity. It is not, opportunity will not get to you. Now when I'm into teaching, now okay, I will say I left my jobs after 8 years, 8 years of into research. So I started as a sell side guy and ended up in buy side. So I was in Crizzle. Though Crizzle was a third party research, I was into HSBC. So Crizzle was a third party payroll. I was into HSBC Global Mutual Fund. So I was working, I will say 15, 18 hours a day. It was not easy job, working 18 hours a day. But okay, what I feel is I was happy doing it. But then realized that okay, since it was COVID, so everything triggered up. Working at home 18 hours. If you work in office, that was fine. But working 18 hours, you see your parents sitting beside, and then I was contracted with COVID. So it just and obviously there are some few things in offices that won't go in your way. So that what triggered me to start looking out for something else. So one thing I found out is teaching. So then I transitioned myself into teaching. So I teach, how I got into research, what was the process of it. It is not the education. You need to learn some skills, like the skills like financial modeling or maybe equity. So equity research is not a skill, it is a process, and skills is financial modeling. So what I've realized that people are only into skills. So I will develop my skills. I will make models, but who will do the research behind the models? That I made a model. I made 5 models. But please review it. One model will be of auto company. One model will be of a steel company. One model will be oil company. But do you have any sync in that? Models is something like forecasting for future and predicting. Predicting based on what? The economy. Those research is not there. I'm just predicting because of the past performance. They have grown at 10%, so I will take a historical growth of 10%. It will not happen. These things will not happen. You have to give a basis that why it will increase. First, understand a business. When you say you are an equity analyst, you are owner of the company, correct? If you buy a stock or you are telling someone to buy a stock, means you are the owner of the company and telling, okay, buy my stock. Example. When I ask you, okay, what are your top 5 products? Sir, I don't know. Those data is not there in annual report. Okay. What is the cost of your product? Sir, I don't know. Because when you compare your steel companies, people make models on Reliance. Reliance is the revenue which Reliance generated from so many streams. What do you know at what price Reliance sells oil? To whom? First, to whom? Reliance sells oils to which people? Who are the buyers? Sir, we are the buyers. Okay, what price do you buy? Sir, petrol price. No, petrol is not what you buy. What are they selling at? We don't know it. Then Reliance into retail, Reliance into the retail
G-
stores or maybe the trends and all. Geo, you don't know what are they. Okay, Geo, we know okay what price we pay, but Geo is a part of Reliance. You don't get a separate P&L for Geo. So why to get into such complex companies? Basic when you do a research or when you make a model, start making on a basic company. I was an auto fan. Usually all guys are basically all guys are an auto fan. So I used to track auto companies. I used to go to the showroom. I used to see what is the difference between a Maruti car, a Hyundai car, a Tata car. Everyone knows basic research. Even for FMCG, you know what is the difference between a Britannia biscuit and a HUL biscuit, or maybe when an a Dove soap and maybe a Santur soap. You know the difference. We use it. We know the price difference. We know the quality. Okay, a Dove is a premium brand. As okay, Centol is not a premium brand. We understand this all things. But no, I will go and track an oil company. I will go and track a power company because obviously the in India the trend is going power sector. So do you know what is the difference between Adani Power and a Reliance Power? What power they make? I will use it. Research is there. There is a big research on it. Those only experienced guys can do. You require data for that. The data which is easily available outside, you can go in the showroom and ask. You can Google it. What is the price of a Maruti car? You can get the price of each and every model. What Maruti sells, everyone knows. Even if you don't know, you can just Google it. What Tata sells, what Mahindra sells. But no, we will do some research on a random company which we don't know the products also. I was a farm analyst. I know, when I went in this HSBC, there was a guy who was tracking Glenmark. Okay, and in pharmaceutical, the problem is the data are very difficult to get. Very difficult. You don't even know what products are they selling. You only get the criteria. I will say the broader way. Okay, they are selling anti-infectives, they are selling cancer drugs, etc. At least those to breakup you get at least, and some products on the which are the top 10 cancer products, etc. This data you get, and you have to find a lot for that. When I went to HSBC, there was a guy who was like, "I'm tracking Glenmark." I said, "I'm tracking it from last 5 years. I am not even able to get its top five products. That is the reason I didn't even take in my coverage. I never tracked. I only tracked from a annual report perspective, an overall perspective, what is happening in Glenmark." He is like, "I have made a model on Glenmark. According to DCF, the value of the Glenmark is X and Y." I said, "Stock market doesn't work on Excel." He must have made such that country risk premium. He must have taken country risk premium from Ashmat Damadan website,
Yeah.
and as per the cash flows, India, okay, 20%. So 20% of the cash flows goes to India, 10% is US and some other countries, and then a country risk premium and found a intrinsic value for that. I just asked him, "Okay, Kai, tell me one thing. Which are the top five products of Glenmark? You have forecasted the growth will be for 10%. Tell me, where is the growth coming from?" He said, "We don't go that deep." This is not how you do research. You don't go that deep. What do you mean by that? He was an experienced guy. That what happened. Some things happen in the offices, and even I was a farm analyst. He was a farm analyst. He was a manager. Then the conflict started, getting up that you are just doing Excel work. I am not born for doing. I'm not for Excel. I just want to have something which will add value. So that things, no, it's very difficult to understand from a corporate perspective. People are just into Excel. They think making financial model will help them. So he was a CA, he was a CFA, so he was able to get into the research role. I was an MBA, I just CFA level one. Still, I was at his level. What is the reason? It's not about the education. It is about the curiosity that you have. Even remember, you won't believe, when I started tracking pharmaceutical sector, I used to talk with every doctors in my area. Whenever you go to a family doctor, maybe the compounder, or maybe your family members who are doctors, your friends. So I found some friends who were in pharmaceutical industry, my school friends. So I used to call them. There was a girl I used to call her, and used to ask every day. I never called her before that, since we were friends. But then I saw that she's into pharmaceutical. She was an M.Pharm, so I used to call her. She thought that why he's calling every day. I think he's hitting on me. It was his way that she thought that I'm hitting on her. That's why I'm calling her every day. So my purpose was to get to solve the pharmaceutical. What does it mean? What is going on in the industry? Which products are there? Which product she is selling? Which company, which she's working for? What are the competitors? Those all called research. We just sit in the office, take Excel, annual reports, read annual reports. That is not research, and that will never help. Today also, I got married to a girl who is M.Pharm. So so that was a coincidence that me working as a pharma analyst and getting married to a pharma girl. So this combination also helped me in my career. That whenever a manager is to come to me, Rishabh, how will you defend yourself as a pharma analyst? I should say just one thing: my wife is an M.Pharm. Just don't try to mess with me, because for a commerce guy, pharmaceutical sector is very difficult to understand. Forget about commerce, even science guy. So people don't need to mess with me. Even at the fund manager level. It's like, Rishabh, okay, whatever you tell is right. I don't want to judge on it. So that's all the things which happened. I figured it out, how to grow in research, which people to talk around, what to read, which books to read. So this was my overall journey. And then finally, at the age of 29, I would say I left my corporate job. I will not say I left it, but I will say I have retired from corporate life. Uh, Now, retirement age, usually we say it is 60 years as per government. So, retirement, there is no age for retirement. It is when you decide to retire. Okay, I will not say that I have a lot of money that I can sustain my luxury or standard of living, but I have that much of money, at least it can sustain my living, normal living. I can have, 4 times of meal. I can stay at a rented, stay at home and pay all my bills. I can live a simple life. Now, why I'm working is for luxury. I will say I'm working for luxury or to increase my standard of living. That is where I'm working. But what I made in this year is understanding, how to invest. When I was a research analyst, I also tried to invest the money. I never went as a job. I was working 18 hours a day. It was like, I would say, I was not working for the office. I was working for myself. I never felt that I was working 18 hours because whatever research I used to do, I used to try to invest that money, or not in the same stock because it is not allowed as per the industry, but some related to that, or maybe some other sector. When you are tracking, let's say I was tracking pharmaceutical sector, so I was investing into auto. So it doesn't mean that I am tracking pharma, so I don't know about auto. Being in the industry, you understand what is happening. So this is how I started building up my portfolio, and this portfolio, even for mutual fund rather, it also helped me to take sector mutual funds. So stocks were not allowed, but mutual funds were allowed. So I used to invest in a sector specific mutual fund. Pharmaceutical stocks I was not allowed to take. So I used to invest in pharmaceutical mutual funds. So that is what helped me, grow in my helped my money to grow over the years. And I would say 8 years. I was investing since I was 18 years, but then I realized, where to invest my money, majority of the chunk. And at the age of 29, I decided, okay, this is fine. This is where I take a break from corporate and figure it out what to do in life in ahead. I am not working. I mean, there's no required for me to work for money. I am just, living for luxury now. And I take training, tell students how to get into research. I'm faculty at Wellinger Institute. I've recently shifted to Pune. So there is a Pune Institute where I go and teach. And same MBA students, help them. I have started my own classes where I help students to get into equity research. Those who are enthusiasts. I am not saying that I will give you a job. You will get a job on your own when you're enthusiast. People are looking out for enthusiast people, and they get it.
Yeah.
If you so I've placed almost like 10, 15 students in my last 1 year. And okay, the batch was 30 students, but what used to happen is that they used to come and join. Not interested. Sir, I will watch your videos. I will not do the task. Sir, now give me a job. I have attended all your sessions. Right? But where is the research that you have done? So you have done now. So what? Just give me a job. I want a job in research. I have attended all your lectures. Now place me. I will not place you. I can only refer you to my friends. And when I refer you, I need to show them what have you done in your last 3 months as an internship or maybe in the course. You make financial models, you make reports, you read newspapers, or maybe read financial books. If you say you have done this all four things on a continuous basis, let's say 15 financial models, 15 reports, or maybe 2, 3 financial books, he will hire you. He will hire you. Okay, salary might be an issue depending on your education, but probably he will hire you for the knowledge you have. And it happened. I recently placed a third sem guy, MBA third sem research role, although it's an internship now still, but he will be given a PPO after a few months, after 3, 4 months. He said that, Rishab, I rejected a level 3 candidate and a CA candidate for a 5,000 internship. Those guys are also not able to clear that. Your student was able to make it. Okay, technical knowledge, he was bad at it. Technical as in the financial knowledge, because obviously SEM 3 student, MBA finance, you will not have a lot of knowledge. But what was he good at? Presenting himself as an equity analyst. The research that he was doing was in depth. That is what we wanted. Technical knowledge can be learned. You can watch books, you can watch videos, you can read books, that you can develop. But this research skill, the curiosity is been developed uh, in your own self. Someone will not help. I can only help you. you have to work on it. So that was overall,
Definitely.
the overall the process that you get into research. It is not a direct process, not a simple process. Even I am struggle to get into research. Like,
Definitely. Like, but your journey has been very inspiring, to be honest. Like doing an MBA and then thinking about getting into a sector where you're not getting a lot of money. So it's been very inspiring. And like, I totally agree with that curiosity thing because I come from an engineering background. I've just cleared my level one and will be giving my level two. So that curiosity only helped me to study and nothing else. So totally agree with that points. And thank you so much for like explaining things so like in everything in so much detail. And like what are some essential skills and certification like other than CFA or CA because they are very like they take long of time to complete a CFA or a CA. But any small certificates that you think can help students who just wants to get into this field to get a little bit idea about what exactly equity research is.
okay, so certificates, so there are many certificates, but the problem that I said, now people are like, students are like, sir, I will get a certificate and give me a job. This will not happen. I will say rather than having certificates, develop your skills. Skills as in, okay, maybe financial modeling skills. I will not say financial modeling skills, but the Excel skills. Very important. Excel skills, I feel that, people do lack Excel skills. Then the second thing is upgrade yourself, do some Tableau or Power BI, which is nowadays useful. Python, SQL. I will say it is not that you have to go and learn everything coding and all, but you should know what is an SQL, what is a Python, how it is used in finance, how Power BI, how can you, present it in a better way. So those are upgrading skills. Courses, I will say courses you can learn financial modeling from someone, any classes, even I teach it. But the problem is I don't teach financial modeling. It is just part of research. Nowadays I have seen courses, financial modeling courses that will not help. That will only help a guy who is, a CA or a CFA. For normal BCom or normal graduate or maybe MBA finance, for them modeling, learning model is fine. But how much you make every day, what you do, reading newspapers. Warren Buffett used to read 7 newspapers a day. He wasn't mad. No, I tell MBA students now read newspapers. Sir, we don't have time. We are we have a lot of assignments. We cannot do that, etc. etc. Those are the reasons they give. I just tell him write one news and post it on LinkedIn. Like, no, sir, we don't have time. I'm like, you're doing it for me. Forget about it. I am not interested. If you're not interested, even I am not interested. You come to know many other things. Uh, in TY, third year, I will say, in my third year, become, I said I was a backbencher, say I was an average student. I used to read Economic Times for 4 hours. 4 hours a day because I know BCom was a useless degree as it is. You don't get anything after BCom. It is just about passing it. So that too I know that average student I will pass easily. I never failed in my career, so I like okay BCom so I will pass easily. So what should I do is read Economic Times. I used to read Economic Times 4 hours a day, and what I found out that in Economic Times there are many terms which I never knew. Maybe monetary policy, what is a fiscal policy, what is a repo rate, what is a reverse repo rate, what is CPI inflation, what is a basis point, such things.
Yeah.
I realized, okay, these are small things which I didn't know. It's there in the book, it's there in the economics books, but the concept of a student is read the books 1 week before the exam, give the exam, and then forget everything. But while reading Economic Times, every day this words used to come. I used to make a note. I had a book, the words, English words. Those are also very difficult to read. Yeah, I understand. Even I belong to a convent school, but English, that it was at different level.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize, okay, what do you, when I have to read a sentence, I didn't used to get it. What is this sentence about? Because the words used were so difficult. So then I made a book, a book of English words. What is it meaning? Now, when you say, okay, basic example, you don't say the price increase, you say the price surge. Basic English. But that time even I didn't know that okay, surge means where it is used. You cannot say profit surge. You say price surge. Those are difference I realize, okay, the while how they are writing it. Meaning is increase only both. So these things, small things I realize, okay, these are the things which are important in life. So now in my MBA class also I tell students, find set 5 words each day, new words that you have come across. Just write the meaning and keep it. It helps a lot to understand. So going
Definitely.
into courses, I will say a certification on your question. It is not a certification which matters. It is what you do in every day that matters. Certification as it
Definitely.
is, give you and you will get a certificate. After that, what?
Definitely. Like I totally agree with that news thing because I was doing my finance CFA, like I initially started, and there were so many bombarded terms that I came across, like basis points, so many like CPI, like all the things that you mentioned. And when I started reading news and started listening to podcasts, like this is a good thing for our generation. Like at when you were just preparing, it was not there. So like that really helps, and it just take 4 or 5 minutes. You just listen to any
Uh,
news, and everything is fine. But as you said, like I understand certificate is not, it will teach you nothing. It will just be just like a 10, 20 hours sitting, you did it and you get a certificate. But if anybody wants to get into equity, like even as an intern, you need to show something on your resume. Like if you don't doing any networking, if you're not good at networking, then you need to show something on resume. So if anybody wants to get into this field, they have an enthusiastic nature, but they don't have anything. Like they just want to get an internship. Then what can be the path for them?
I will tell you this enthusiast thing that you say. I come across a lot, on LinkedIn. People say, "Sir, I am
Yeah.
very enthusiastic, passionate about equity research. I want to get into equity research." You know what I say them? I am very passionate about cricket. I watch the cricket every day. I watch cricket matches every day. I go and play in my society. I have trophies that I've won in my tournament. BCCI is not taking me in the Indian cricket team. I don't know why. I'm very passionate. I watch, even I bet on cricket matches and I win at times. Okay. This is what about trading is. That I bet on stock market, I have earned 100% return, etc. Let's say the same thing. I'm I'm very passionate about cricket. I play a lot. I'm playing it from my younger days. I also have a good bat with me. I go in my I play daily. But BCC, I know Gautam Gambhir is not selecting me in the Indian cricket team. I don't know why. So this is what guys tell
Agree.
me passionate. Passionate as in what? What do you mean by passionate?
Just want a job.
Passionate is something to show your passion. Read annual reports. I will say how many annual reports do you read? Okay, in the annual report also, students are like, sorry, it is so big, 100, 300 pages annual report. I cannot read it. So, okay, you don't have to read the entire annual report. There is a part like MDA, Management Discussion Analysis. That part you can read. So, and not for 1 year, for at least 5 years of a company. What has happened in the last 5 years? Punch the data in the Excel. Okay, if you have a modeling skill, you can just make a basic model of it. Know what is, the WAC calculation, what is your enterprise value, few terms into research. Read annual reports. There are conference calls which are available. There are presentations which are available. Break up the revenue. See where the revenue is coming from. Try to learn about a sector. When I say Maruti, okay, now I'll tell you one basic thing. When I say Maruti, sir, I have made a model on Maruti. I have read annual reports of Maruti. Maruti is a good company, so you should buy it. Right? Everyone knows Maruti is a good company. Every damn guy knows that Maruti is not a bad company. You will not find any flaw in the Maruti, in the balance sheet of Maruti. So what you do is you have to understand the sector. What is an auto sector? In auto sector, how many parts are there? What types of segments are there in auto sector? Then, okay, Maruti is into passenger vehicles. So who are the competitors in passenger vehicles? What are the figures? How much Maruti is selling? How much the other guys are selling? Tata is competing, Honda is competing, M&M is competing. Sir, Honda's annual report, Honda is not listed, annual reports are not available. No, but you can Google it, no? The data are available freely. Just Google it. How many cars Honda is selling, how many cars Maruti is selling. You'll get the rate. See on the roads what is happening, analyze it. So now if you see in 2016 in India, 15, 16, there was a surge in Maruti prices. It is because of why it was increased, sir, because the sales increased. That everyone knows, because the sales have increased, profits have increased, the price have increased. But what was the reason of profit increase? Sir, we don't go that deep. Go
Please go.
find out what was the reason of profit increasing. We make ratios, sir, ratios increase. What is the reason of ratio increases? Sir, I have done a financial statement analysis. Maruti's ratios have increased from, let's say, 15% ROE to 30% ROE. Good sign. Now what? Now you should buy the company. So what is the future of it? What is the future of it? Why should you buy the company? Why did it increase? So that reason no one does. So that is why you have to understand the industry. Now Maruti was into doldrums from 2017-18. The reason was the trend was shifting towards SUV. SUV cars that you can easily notice on the roads. When you go out, you can easily notice. So the increase in Maruti was sorry. You have to understand the industry. The SUV segment was growing, but your I will say Maruti didn't have a single model of SUV in their portfolio. How can you say the stock will increase? The trend is shifting towards SUV. Creta came in, Seltos came in, Nexon came in, Harrier came in. Those all products, people we see on the road. We also admire. Okay, he has got a new car, he has got a new Harrier, he has got a new Safari, but there is no Maruti car seen on the road. And at that time, Brisa and Nexon were close competitors. Nexon was giving a screen, I would say a 3D screen or 3D cameras or something like that. Maruti didn't even have an Android Play in their Brezza. Why would you buy it? The venue was giving a sunroof. Maruti was not even giving basic amenities in the car. So people will not purchase the car. So that is what you need to understand: product differentiation, and that can only be know when you go out and when you find out. This all things you have to do to understand or make when you talk about a stock, you don't talk about a stock, you talk about a sector. This is what I find it's a miss from everyone. You just talk about a specific stock. It should always be talking about the sector and then come why you like Maruti or why you like Tata. You cannot start that, sir. I like Maruti because Maruti is growing, profits are growing. That is not the way you start researching. So when
Definitely.
you read annual reports, it is not only of Maruti, it's also Maruti, Tata, Mahindra, and whichever sector, whichever tire company as well, competitors. You have to read all those and then come up with an, thing that why you like a company. Yeah.
Definitely. Just a little technical thing I just wanted to know for myself. Uh, I remember there was a time when there was everybody was buying Swift, and there was like a 5, 5, 6 months pending time. And like in those times, what kind of modeling an analyst should be doing? Like what things he should be knowing? Because nobody knows. Like your product will be such a super hit. Everybody will be interested in buying Swift, and suddenly some new cars come, and now that is not like a super product for you. So like how does that modeling look like? If anybody is starting, I know an analyst really knows how to model and like what things to keep in mind. But if you are someone new who is just looking at the financials and you see something like this, so what like how to approach that kind of a problem?
Okay. So what happens when you make a model? Usually, how the revenue is derived is volume into price. Okay. For any company, it is volume into price. So how many cars Maruti is selling into the price will get you the revenue. Now let us say example Maruti is selling 10,000 vehicles of Swift. Okay, approximate on a monthly average they are selling 10,000 vehicles. So monthly 10,000 for yearly it will be 1,20,000. So this is a monthly modeling which is done monthly, quarterly, and then it comes to annually. Monthly I see okay Maruti is selling Swift at 10,000. Now because of the competition increase, Maruti will not be able to sell 10,000 vehicles. So you reduce the growth rate, you take it 9,000 or 8,000 depending. Now this every month data are out. Every
Okay.
month data. So obviously if you don't get the data, you can put a sensitivity on it. Okay. The Swift more volumes will decline by 5% or maybe 10%. Now this is up to your assumption that what is going on in the industry. This is sensitivity you can put 5%, 10%, or maybe 15%. And then you can make your model using the, I will say the choose function in the Excel
Okay.
and then triggering out a best case scenario, worst case, and
Yes.
normal case. You can do that. So that no one does. That also no one does in the model. No one
Oh,
is like just
definitely.
5% growth, it will grow continuously.
Yeah. So like
Some
this is
students
also
realize the
that,
demand.
yeah, the same thing that you mentioned earlier, like be curious, like knowing what is going on in
Ah,
the market. Yeah, definitely. And according to you, like you teach financial modeling, so what are some common mistakes that you find out that people are doing even in the technical skills? Like the second process is like once you complete technical, then you go out and understand the market. But even on the initial phase, what kind of mistakes you see students really make and how they can improve also?
mistakes. So there are various mistakes which various other students make. And every day when I'm teaching now, in 3 years I'm teaching, I find that every time there is another mistake which is made by some other student. So basically, understanding the P&L statement, balance sheet, and cash flows. This is the first mistake that student make because they have only learned about making a model or maybe analyzing a financial statement. I think even in MBA colleges, how a balance sheet is made from scratch. I mean, let's say if you want to make your own balance sheet, those things are not taught. Students are just like, okay, you have a balance sheet, you have a P&L, find ratios, find answers, and that's it. You get marks in exams. Even in CFA also it's the same thing. You get a complicated balance sheet, you get a complicated P&L number. But the thing that I've missed is people make mistake is that they don't even know how the balance sheet, P&L, cash flows are linked with each other. Common mistake that I see, they don't understand it that P&L is not profit and loss. It is your income and your expense statement. My cousin sister, she took engineering because Rishab, I don't understand accounts. It's like I don't understand. What you don't understand? How much money you have and how much you spend? That you don't understand. I don't know. What? You cannot say that. It every day in your life. Accounts is what? It is just your how much money you have spent, how much you have saved, and how much as you earn. That's it. That is accounts. But because of our, this specifically CA students, I would say, those are into making accounting and all, they make it things complicated for other people. If you are doing MBA and you find a CA guy over there, he will say that you don't understand anything. You are not from commerce guy, you don't understand assets and liabilities. It's not that difficult. You don't have to make an account. You just have to understand how it is made. If you get, sales and expenses, you just have to understand what are those. Students still say, sir, I don't understand the format. Well, what? Income and expense you don't understand. But the way it has been taught in our colleges or in our practicals, or maybe in our education system also, I feel it is taught from a different perspective. But when it comes actually analyzing your own self, you don't analyze. People make financial models, income statement of the companies. I just ask him, have you made of your own income statement ever? No, sir. Own balance sheet, never. So the common mistakes I feel that linking problem, balance sheet is not telling, forecasted balance sheet is not telling. Then not thinking from a perspective, I have given steps, these are the steps to follow. Then they will miss one step, and again the balance sheet is not telling. Sir, my balance sheet is not telling. I have done all the steps that you have told. Linkages error, basic human errors. They're all basic human errors, and not curiosity to understand. So that is the main error that people do. Just for finding marks, just to get marks or clear exams, they make this. But there are also smart students, who understand it very quickly. Once they understand it, it becomes very easy for them. This is the one
And
mistake I have found in students.
definitely. And like you mentioned so much about curiosity and enthusiasm, but what are some like just three technical skills and three soft skills? Because I think soft skills are also very important that you cannot miss out. So according to you, which you think any analyst should be coming should have these skills, or they should develop that skills can really help them grow in this field?
Okay, I will say technical. So Excel is the one. Interpretation of financial statement. I will not say the technical one, but I will say a qualitative one, not a quantitative one, but a qualitative one. And I will say writing in a proper way. Writing a report, presentation in a proper way. That is the three technical skills I will recommend. Writing, reading, writing, reading, and Excel. Excel is the most important. The more you use Excel without using mouse, you are hired just by looking at your Excel skills. Okay, he knows Excel so well. I'll hire him just because to punch data. Writing, then after you make your Excel, how you write that specific part and how you present it. They're all technical skills, I will say that. Okay, soft skills, again, when you talk about presentations, the way you present, the way you write, I will say, if you read a newspaper, you have to present it to me. How will you present it? Working on your speech, then soft skill, again, reading newspapers also come into the soft skills. I will say, not curiosity, but every day, for the first thing that you do in the morning is read newspapers. And if you don't understand, just read it. This one, and I will say third thing, soft skill is about overall development of your the way you think. I will say the way you think. If a thing is given to you, how will you think from the perspective of making money?
Okay.
Don't tell me that this is a balance sheet, this is annual report. Analyze it. Analyze it, sir. You invest in the stock and it will grow. Having the stuff or maybe the curiosity, again, the word curiosity comes that if something is given to you, okay, I say, Sunny, okay, this is a balance sheet, read it. Yes, sir, how can I make money from this? Anything, how can you make money? Because you will work as an analyst means you work as a money manager. You have to manage the money and it should continuously increase. Thinking about how to grow your own money. If you can grow your own money, obviously you can grow your client's money.
Uh, thank you so much for like giving all of these great tips. And one thing I have always noticed, like right now India is in a very good shape. All the other nations are in a problem. They have some recession, some inflation issues. But although because of all of this, why, like, what do you feel, are students able to get into equity analysis easily, or is it difficult to get into, like even in
I will
the
say, yeah, sorry, go
no,
ahead.
no. Even in like Indian stock market, like is it easy to get or is it difficult to get? Because you have a like a bird's eye view of this industry.
It's actually very difficult to get into research field. Very difficult. Even for IIMs graduate, it becomes difficult at times. And at the second time, it will be very easy if you have the necessary skill sets, or I will say the mindset. Forget about skill sets. The mindset. See, I do not belong to an IIM. I do not belong to an Ivy League college. I am not even a CFA level 3. I just cleared my level 1. I'm not a CA. Nowadays, these things are required. You get an edge over others when you are CA, CFA. But what made me into this field is learning things on a day-to-day basis. The things that I've learned, I will say the things that I've learned in CA, economic times that I read every day, economics. Okay. So you know that CFA level 1 has economics. I never realized that it will help me in my future. Now, for me, economics was a nightmare till 12th standard. 12, FY, SY is a nightmare subject. I hardly passed 12th standard, though I literally scored 40 out of 100. I just passed in economics. In TY, last year, I was a topper in my class. Out of 60, I got 58. I was shocked that accounts I got 55 and economics I got 58. I was shocked to see that. And then in level 1, when I gave, level 1 economics was my cakewalk. I just read that, okay, what is this economics? What all things I have to understand? Still now in level 2 also I gave, I failed, but all the subjects were below. Even equity research that I was into, I scored below 50, but economics was above 70. Now, why was this? Because the knowledge that I've got, from newspapers was too much compared to what I've studied in CFA or maybe, other courses. So if you read newspapers on a daily basis, just write in your CV that I read newspapers on a daily basis and I have read some financial books. Just go and read financial book. That also helped me a lot. Students, see, the interviewer now will ask you what you read in newspaper. Forget about your education. He will never ask what you did in MBA, what you did in engineering, what you did in level 1. Okay, what you read in newspapers, tell me. What was the news about a specific sector? And luckily, if you are tracking the stock and even the analyst is tracking the stock, your interview will just go like, Rishab, okay, tell me what is happening in the stock. What is your thought process? Why will you buy the stock? What do you think? Should I buy or should I sell? It happened with me. It happened with me. Going in an interview, I was saying that, okay, I read newspapers, I read books and all. Okay, Rishab, what happened yesterday in the newspaper? I gave everything because I have to read 4 hours a day. Everything, whatever you tell me, there was a news about this, etc., etc. I have not done more research on it, but okay, they were talking about. So I gave them specific data, industrial data. Okay, sales. What was the sales increase, decrease? What are the reasons for that? This curiosity, this writing in your CV will stand out from any of your degrees. But for that, you should have something to talk about. So this is one thing that I've realized. Only reading newspapers, financial books, and annual reports, obviously. Just three things, just write in your CV. Forget about your education, whatever job you have done, analysis and all. Just write these three things and you read this thing on a regular basis. See, you will get an interview call. Or else your degrees are not that important. I will say that. Your degree. See, because I said no, Rakesh Juniwala was a CA. Is every CA Rakesh Juniwala? No, every Columbus graduate is not Warren Buffett. Why are they two at the big level? Because education matters at some point in time, but with that, else things also matters. What you do apart from education matters a lot in equity research.
I think not everyone is enthusiastic about equity research. Like, to be honest, a lot of people just go for the purpose of making money. So, like, what kind of salaries they can expect in initial? Because I know as a fresher, you cannot make any money in India if you're just thinking about money. but with the time, like some motivation for them, like not just money is a drive for a lot of people. So what you can say, like initially what they can make, and at higher level what they can make.
Uh, See, initially, I will say even if you get a job, just get it. If you are,
Okay.
nowadays what happens that people have taken loans, so it becomes difficult for them to work for free. But if it's possible, so internships are that 10, 15,000 in India, you get it approximate
Okay.
15,000 internship. I have placed few students who getting 10, 15,000 interviews, stipend. That is enough
Okay.
if it's possible. But if you want to get into full-time roles, what I've realized, an MBA student, MBA graduate from a decent college gets around 6 lakhs, 6 to
Okay.
9 lakhs, anywhere between 6 to 9 lakhs. If it's level 2, level 3, you can expect 12 lakhs, anywhere between 6 to 12. And then level 3, if it's level 3 MBA and CFA level 3, so anywhere between 6 to 50, depending on how curious, what all things you have done. So
Like
there was a
even
student
sorry.
at me, sorry,
No, sorry. Go
sorry.
on, please.
There was a student I have placed. He was from a good MBA college, and he was level 1 cleared. So he got a salary of 9 lakhs at the start. But the salary just zooms because once you show that you are capable enough of doing research on a stock, because since it's the financial market, money is involved. If you help me make money, I will give you the bonus. Just like that. Research analyst makes a crore of salary at the age of 35, 40. Crore, 1 crore. And that is a big thing in India. Having crore salary
Absolutely.
at the age of 35 is 35, 40. You work a lot. You don't, the work life balance is too bad in this kind of field. But I said it is just 5, 10 years of your career. That's what happened with me. I retired in 5 years only, but I would have stretched till more 5 years, 35. That was my plan to retire, but somehow something triggered. That's why I left. But at 10 years, if you work 25 to 35, that's a lot of money, hell lot of money you can make. And 40 is just, you be at the top position and just hang around in the markets. I have seen people have starting their own funds nowadays. PMS license has been easy. I have earned a lot of money in stock market or maybe doing jobs. Now I have my own fund and I manage it. I have seen it happening at least in Mumbai it is happening.
Okay. So initially we can say like maybe if you got an internship, something like 10, 15, or maybe 5 or free in this range.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
once you are an analyst, like it is necessary to have an MBA to have in that column of 6 lakh. Is it possible for anyone just become
Uh,
graduate, but they have the required skills?
See what happens. Now it typically depends on how you perform in the interview.
Okay.
The problem is that in a BCom, what happens? Post graduation has been necessary by the investment bank council that he should be a postgraduate to get in on papers now if you want to, because investment banking is about client servicing. So client needs to know whether he is postgraduate or not. So that is required. But if it's a BCom graduate, what happens? The salary will be at a 6 lakhs. It will never increase only. The point is that CFA, BCom with CFA level 3, you just get a postgraduate degree. Maybe like a level 3 is also fine. If you clear level 3, that's great. You don't have to get a postgraduate degree, but a basic degree, MCom, and because that is a requirement by the investment banking community or maybe the SEBI in India, you should be a postgraduate or you should at least have 5 years of experience. Because what happens after a certain point in time, in your career, when you level up, if you get a promotion, the manager has to or the HR has to justify why you should get a promotion. A BCom guy cannot be a CEO of any company. Okay.
Yep.
It is like that. He cannot be a director. He needs to have some additional degree. Postgraduate nowadays is completely fine. I mean, any degree, it doesn't matter that you should have from a good college or something, but a postgraduate degree will be important at times. Even those 18 months PGDM program, that also totally fine.
Okay.
If you cannot afford that degree.
Like after 3 years of experience, may somebody starts as an intern in 3 to 6 months, they get a full time and then they work for 2, 3 hours, show that they have all the skills that is required to be in this industry. What kind of salary they can expect like after 3, 4 years?
I will say, as I said, I started with 20,000. 6 months down,
Like
it was 40.
in
I'll
today's
just say
time.
my growth.
Like,
That
but
was like say
you
20,000
can be
to
the
50,000
exceptional
per year.
student, na? You can be that exceptional
No, no,
student.
no. This happens everywhere. It is not for me
Okay.
only. It happened for everyone. It
Okay.
happens because the growth is because 20,000 was way low, way far, lower than the industry standards. Let's say 20,000 today is 50,000. Okay, probably approximate double,
Okay.
40,000 rather. So if you start with 50, let's say I said 6 lakh, right? Correct. Today I said
Yeah.
6 lakh. 6 lakh becomes 12 lakh in no time. I will tell you, my junior, I was like 3 years of experience into stock market. He just joined as a junior. His salary was 18,000. 18,000. He was a MCom graduate, not even a CFA, not even an MBA. MCom graduate, good with Excel skills and curiosity about market. He started 18,000. Today, in 5 years down the line, he is earning 18 lakhs per annum. 18,000 was like 2 lakhs per annum, and now he's earning in 5 years. He's earning 18 lakhs
Yeah.
without having an MBA or a maybe CFA degree. What if he clears CFA? I said, your salary will 18 to 36 will not take time. It just can just zoom. What happens in investment banking now? You are on the client face. So client gives you some reviews. Let us say there are something called votes. That if I tell you, okay, Sanita, you are my client, okay, I give you a few recommendations and let the stock performs. Or maybe whenever you call me, I'm available for you. I mean, not after in the office hours. Whatever you want, I'm able to tell you, in a better way, understand the sector in a better way. So you get votes for that. Okay, you will give my employer, okay, whenever I call, I want Rishab to be on the call because I'm comfortable with him. And what happens because of that, you will give me the business. Let's say you will buy stocks from my broking house only, or maybe from my investment bank only. So in that case, once start getting votes from your clients, your 18 lakhs can become 18 crores in no time, like that. Just that, no, it takes little bit time. I said 5 to 10 years, but that can go. Not 18 crores, I'll say, but 18 lakhs can easily become 1 crore or 1.8 crores. It will not take much time to do. And it happened. It had happened in the industry. Just go and see the analyst salary. I was shocked to see auto analyst earning 2 crores. Sell side guy earning 2 crores. He must be at the age of 45, 40, 45. And forget about the perks and all that you get. Eating
Yeah.
at five-star hotels, having, maybe, a tour. Every time there is a Tata Motors analyst meet, they travel to UK because Jaguar is over there. Go, thing is for one day and they 3 days they enjoy there. They
Definitely
go to
makes sense.
auto car show, they go to Japan. Oh, to see the auto, to see cars over there. This is the perk that you get. Okay, you work hard for that, but you have to justify a salary. But once you get votes from your client, salary just zoom. No, the MCom guy getting 18 lakhs. Tell me any of the MCom guy earning 18 lakhs at the age of 27. Just let me know anyone. I know a guy. He was my junior. He's he's 3 years younger to me. I'm 32, 29. He must be 29 now. 28, 29. Earning 18 lakhs. I give him example every day whenever I go. 18 lakhs, he came as an Excel guy. Only good at Excel. He was better than me. I was way better than me. I was very bad at Excel at that time, but he was very good in Excel, very, the attention to details. He used to find mistakes in my Excel. Larry, you are not even analyst, you're finding my mistakes. But he was there,
Yeah.
he was the one who was doing it. And he was okay, since he didn't have any degree, he was okay to work for 18,000, like that.
Makes
But now what happens when you have an MBA, you say, no, I want 1 lakh 8,000 at the start. I cannot start with 18,000. That what helps. And still they are there only. Start with 1 lakh, doing sales job. Sir, my salary is not increasing. I should move towards research. I should move towards finance, etc., etc.
Definitely. So, like, you should not run behind money. Money will come to you. You should deliver the value. Totally agree. And like, just one more question is like, what are some myths that you listen by students, especially because you right now you are surrounded with so many students that they think of like this is equity research and they'll do this and this. Some myths that you are aware about.
No, sorry. Myths as in what kind of, which sense you mean?
अफवाहें बस कि ऐसा हो जाएगा कि मे बी आई बी अर्निंग कि मैं ज्वाइन करूंगा तो 20 लाख की सैलरी होगी 50 लाख की सैलरी होगी ऐसे कुछ भी
No,
मत.
the expectation is that, ki, sir, no, the first expectation is that, sir, how much salary will I get? And sir, do investment bankers earn that much? I said yes, they do earn. They do earn, and even I was having a good pay. But when I tell them my pay, they are like, "Oh, sir, how is it possible?" But I have climbed a ladder for that. It was not the first day I got it, but nowadays students are like, "I should get, I should have a Lamborghini, I will have a Ferrari." So there are the things that they realize, this should be my lifestyle. Or maybe you see investment bankers, okay, they make a lot of money. One deal you make an M&A, mergers and acquisition, and you are like a millionaire in a day. So like, okay, this can happen with us. Is MBA finance? MBA finance, they think that everything is done in MBA finance. Once you're MBA finance, I want to go into research or into I want to be an investment banker. I said, do you even know what investment banking does? No, sir, but I want to go into investment banking. So salary is I will expect 15 lakhs pay, so 20 lakhs pay. College average salary in Wellington varieties it is around 15 lakhs average salary. Few people get only 6 lakhs. If 15 lakhs, only the people who are experienced or maybe they have some specific knowledge, they get 15 lakhs. A fresher will never get 15 lakhs. So that is the myth. Ki agar average salary in MBA college is 15 lakhs, so we'll also get 15 lakhs. At least 15 lakhs we'll get. So those are things which are, to get away with those. Those are the myths, majorly myths. They're okay, I will get 15 lakhs if I'm in finance. MBA colleges will give me a, I will say a job. They are the one who has, adopted them, and they are the one who will be responsible for their growth. They think in that way. Sir, college हमको नहीं दे रहा है. College is not giving us placement. Have they adopted you to give a placement? You also study for that. Common myth, I will get a 15 lakh package. Average salary is 20 lakhs, so I also expect 20 lakhs. Yesterday only thing happened, sir. When I took admission, they told that, sir, at least 10 lakh will be your annual pay. Now they are not even offering 4. So what are you doing to get that 10 lakhs? Nothing. I'm just sitting in the class and waiting for them to give the salary.
Totally agree. And I think this is the problem back in India. Even when I was in college, people used to think like companies will come and take you because you are studying in this college, but you are not the only one. There are so many like you.
So many of you, correct.
So, like, thank you so much for your time today. It was lovely talking with you, and you feel like even at like you are like 10 years senior than me, but it seems like you're so enthusiastic about the role and everything, and it really inspires me. Like even after 10 years down the line, I have to be this much enthusiastic when I'll be talking about the job or like the area in which I'm interested. So this is a very this is a kind of quality that I would love to take from you.
Thank you, thank you. It's because everything is related to money. So when I talk about stocks, uh, I am constantly thinking, okay, when I'm talking about something about a stock, I'm thinking, okay, I have to do a research on that stock. Okay, I have told something. So sometimes I tell in my colleges now that in my classes that I was doing something just came off my mind. Okay, let's say Maruti came off my mind. So I was thinking continuously, okay, I forgot to look at Maruti from so many days. So I'm thinking about okay, what happened in the stock. So when you see the money coming from your research, now it is about it is not about earning crores of rupees. Even if you earn 5,000 rupees from your own research, you can earn 5 lakhs also, you can earn 5 crores also. But हमको salary ही चाहिए होता है. We just want salary at the start. That what makes everyone feel the pressure. I don't know. I have to perform. He has got a 10 lakhs. Even my parent, your friend is getting 12 lakh package. You are not even at 2 lakhs. What are you doing? I did the worst thing of telling you my salary. I should have not told you my salary. I get your friend because when I joined, it was like 2.4 lakhs. I was like, Rishab, this is not a salary. What will I tell to my relatives? Mom is like, what will I tell to your aunties and uncles? My son is earning only 2.4 lakhs. What impression will I have? No, but now see, now all their kids are working. I am not. Now she is not there with me now, but no, I would like to tell her that you were wrong at that time. Now I was telling you that this is what is the future. Like no FD karo, invest your money in FD, get a job, get a good job, get a good salary. That was never my dream to get a good salary. Salary was just to invest. I used to invest my entire money into stock market or maybe mutual funds just to see what happens. And I said, okay, fine, I'm okay with. I also didn't get married till at the age of 29. I said, no, I will not get married till I'm not financially free. I don't want to create a scene in my marriage that both are working 10, 15 hours a day, don't have any time for them. Now my wife is working 15 hours. I'm okay. I'm just chilling around at time. I don't have that pressure of working for money. I'm doing it on my own, trying it to do on my own. Okay, I may not earn like what she's earning, but what am I doing? Whatever I'm doing is based on my own research.
Definitely, totally. So thank you so much for your time today.